Hi! Come and watch as I demonstrate how to turn this plain black gift bag into one fabulous trick-or-treat bag using the Stampin' Up! Spooky Fun stamp set and the Halloween Scenes edgelets dies. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Welcome to StampingSmiles.com. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 15 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. So we're ready to start decorating, and be sure to stick around to the end so you can learn about my special. We're going to create a scene on our Halloween trick-or-treat bag using the Spooky Fun stamp set and the coordinating Halloween Scenes edgelets dies. But before we do all that, we need a sky. So here is my plain black gift bag. And then we're going to use this paper, and it's one of the patterns from the Halloween Night Specialty Designer Series paper. And we're going to apply this with some tear and tape adhesive, a good strong adhesive. So I put it on one edge just to save a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and put it on this other edge. So we're just going to run it right along here. There we go. Super hold, but super easy to use, which is really nice. When they say tear and tape, they're not kidding. Look, you can just tear it. Isn't that great? Okay, so I like to press down so that it peels up easily for me, the backing. I figure if it has a really good hold on the paper, it's going to come up easier. And there we go. And just one more. Great. And I found these black bags at Big Lots. Okay, and I believe that's everywhere now. I think this is looking good about right here. Oh, great, great, great. Isn't this a really nice sky? Like it. Okay, so let's decorate some more, and I have here the Halloween Night Designer Washi tape, and I've got the bats. We're going to use that one today. Okay, and so this, I could tear it, but I'm going to want a clean edge, so I have my paper snips. So let's go ahead and put this down as soon as I find the end. Ah, there it is. Okay. So just to cover up that seam and add some really great color. And we're going to be using more silver, pulling in the silver other places. Oh, doesn't that look nice? So let's just, I'm going to trim that rough, and then we're going to turn it over. There we go. I like to trim from the back side, just make sure I'm flush, because I can then see, look, I have the edge of my scissors, or the edge to run my scissors along for that nice flush cut. Very nice. Tends to be when I do it from the front, I'm not quite as precise. So nice. And let's turn this over again. I'm separating here, and like I said, I have that to follow along. Okay. I like that guide of the edge of, in this case, my bag or the card I'm making. Okay. Let's get that. There we go. Oh, looking so, so good. And so then we need to do the same on the bottom. Great. Now I'm paying attention which way my, these are bats on here, silver bats. I had to rotate it the other way. I want them both going, well, they're flying up instead of down. Or, you know what, if you prefer, you can mix it up and have them going in different directions. Okay. Isn't washi tape just so much fun to use and really quite easy to use? But it really added a lot to this bag, decorating that. So let's go ahead, turn this over, and let's get that nice flush cut here. Okay. There we go. And then one more. Oh, looking so good. It's already pretty sharp, right? But it's just going to get so much better. So we do need to do some die cutting, but we need to also do some stamping and die cutting. So let's go ahead and start with our stamping. All the stamps we'll be using today are from the Spooky Fun stamp set. So I have here some Peekaboo Peach cardstock and my Pumpkin Pie Classic Stampin' Pad. Pumpkin Pie is one of the colors in the Halloween Night Specialty Designer Series paper. So we're going to keep it coordinated. So let's push, flip, lock that lid into place, and then the pumpkin stamp. Let's go ahead and ink this up. Stamp right on here. Boy, these two colors go together beautifully. All right, so we're done with this. Let's pull on that, flip, and click. Now we know it's closed and it won't dry out. And so next we get to add the faces to turn our pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns. Love these. And so this is a photopolymer stamp set, meaning the rubber is clear. And whenever I'm stamping with photopolymer and want black, as long as I'm not watercoloring, my choice of ink is the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. For whatever reason, it doesn't stain like the other blacks do. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink him up. Oh, cute, cute, cute. All right, I'm looking to see that I have good coverage here before I get there, because if it's not inked well, I'm not going to get a good image on my jack-o'-lantern. You've got to love the photopolymer so we can see right where we're stamping. Oh, so cute. Oh my gracious. Okay, so let's ink this one up. All right. Oh, like I said, I'm looking to make sure I have that good coverage. But I don't want to smash on the pad because I could get ink other places, right? I just really want to get just the face. Oh my gracious. This just tickles me. Okay, so let's get, oh, good, good, good coverage. Oops. There we go. And stamp. Cute. All right, so we're done with that. We'll go ahead and put this away. And then next I have here some Smoky Slate cardstock, and we have here the tombstones. And so we're going to use Basic Gray Classic Stampin' Pad ink on here. Push, flip, lock that into place. And let's ink these up. Again, making sure you've got that good coverage. And stamp. Oh, fantastic. So now we get to do some die cutting. All of our stamping is done. And we're going to have a lot of fun die cutting because we need that to build our scene. I've got my Big Shot die cutting machine, and now we're ready to die cut the tombstones and pumpkins we just stamped. And because I'm using the framelits dies around them, I have here my magnetic platform. It is a separate purchase from the Big Shot, but I highly recommend it when using the framelits dies. Okay, so we start our sandwich with the magnetic platform, and then we need a cutting pad. 2 cutting pads do come with the purchase of your Big Shot. So let's go ahead and place our 2 pieces of cardstock we just stamped, and then I have here the Halloween Scenes edgeless dies. We have our pumpkins and our tombstones. So I'm placing these on here, and here I want to make sure I have good contact. There we go. Sometimes you put them down, and if you don't hear that good contact, I heard that click, you know, it could move on you, because my plate isn't perfectly straight anymore after all the die cutting. And so we move it around till we can find it on a place that the metal will cling to the magnet. Oh, I think that's looking really good. Okay, so to finish our sandwich, we have, you know what, we can do another piece. Sorry about that. While we're at it, I have just a piece of basic black cardstock that we didn't stamp on first, but we're going to do 3 bats. So I might as well do one while I'm here. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our sandwich with another cutting pad. And crank that all through. Okay, let's see what we have over here. Oh, you just have got to love the framelits because we get to just have those all cut out so easily for us. Aren't these fantastic? Oh, great, great, great. And so, whoops, there goes my bat. And so I need to do 2 more of those. So next we're going to die cut our tree and our fence edgelets dies. So my sandwich has changed. This time I'm using my Big Shot platform, and because it's a thin metal die, we need the thin die adapter. Both of these pieces come with the purchase of a Big Shot, but because they're intricate dies, look at all that great detail, instead of a cutting pad, I'm going to use the precision base plate. This is an additional purchase, but worth every penny. Love this. The writing side goes down. So next we need our paper, and we're going to use silver foil sheets. Isn't this pretty? I told you I was going to work that silver in to go with our silver of our bats. So we'll go ahead and place this on here, and we're going to use the tree die. And let's pull this out so you can see. I want to go to that edge. That's looking really good. So the rest of our sandwich is a cutting pad. So we're going to go ahead and crank this through. Okay, whenever I do the intricate dies like this, I just like to back up and put down that 3,000 pounds of pressure a second time. Okay, so let's pull this out and show you how well it die cuts with that precision base plate. Look at that. I have here my Big Shot die brush and the foam pad that comes with it. I'm just going to gently rub over top of this, run this over. This is going to help loosen the die from the silver foil sheet. Okay, see some of those little pieces are popping out. Then it helps it peel off of here. Now I'm being gentle as I peel this off. Okay. And then if you ever find you need to, you see all these holes in here? You know, I could run this over again, but also with all those holes, you can take your paper piercing tool and poke through and help loosen. Look at how that, did you feel that? Look at that. Just couple little pokes through those holes and makes a big difference. Silver foil sheet, a little bit different than cardstock, but there we go. But beautiful. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got my paper snips. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off because we're going to run it through another time and there's no point in infusing it right back in after getting that out. Okay, so let's bring back the Big Shot and place our paper, our sandwich, and now the die. Now I've got a little bit of room for playing. As long as I go off the edge, I could come all the way over here, but I did want the trees closer together. Okay, so I could get them really close if I wanted and do it a second time, but this is looking pretty good. About right here is where I'd like it, and I'm lining up with that other. Okay, this is exactly where I'd like it. Lining that up. Keep sticking to myself. Okay. All right, and then to finish our sandwich, we've got here the cutting pad. So let's just go ahead and do that again because I want that seam to go across the whole thing, and so I cut the silver foil sheets to go across the whole way. So we're going to crank that through. And then again, let's just go in reverse. It doesn't take but a couple seconds to do that, but really get a much better cut. Okay, great. Let's bring back this, our Big Shot die brush and that foam pad, and run over this. Wait till you see how pretty it is with the two trees. And then we'll be filling in with our others that we stamped. Okay, so everything's releasing pretty well, but I can see right there, just a little bit of help. A little bit. There we go. A little bit of help. Sometimes that's all we all need, right? Okay. So we'll get this separated. Oh, and then the fence. Can't wait to show you the fence. I've got a little tip for that. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Look how great it looks on here. So now we want to add the fence. So we're ready to die cut the fence, and I know I need two of those. So instead of doing one long one this time, I wanted to share a tip with you. I've got two pieces of basic black cardstock, and I cut them the same size. Now if I did them separately, they might not line up. You know, I'm trying to see where to do it. Let me show you. So this time, you know, I'd cut it and go through and think that's about where I put it the second time, and maybe not. And I really do want them to line up. And so I've had really good success with this die and some others of die cutting more than one piece at a time. So I have these stacked. Then I know that I'll have the same measurement along the bottom and they're going to line up beautifully. Okay, so there we go. Fantastic. So same sandwich, just need the cutting pad. Go ahead and crank that through. You know, I've done that with framelits too. I've stacked things to save time when you're cutting a whole lot. Let's go ahead and reverse it. It's like I said, I've had really good success with the thin metal dies getting through two sheets of cardstock. Okay, look, we can see that we cut through that. So let's bring back, you really also want the Big Shot die brush. You know, just playing with the dies are just fabulous. And see, this is all just coming off so nicely. Okay, look, there we go. Everything popped out of that one. And all the little pieces in here. And so see, I did get that good cut. But everything works together. The precision base plate, the Big Shot die brush, you know, makes a difference. And so all of these will actually just poke out with, I mean, they're so well die cut. that those just poke out real easily. So let's do that. And so I just want to share that tip with you. Okay, now we're ready to finish building that scene. We're now ready for some adhesive, so I'm going to use the tear and tape along the bottom, okay, of our trees. So let's just start that, run it along. Well, I just can't say enough good about this. Love this stuff. Okay, tear that off. And then I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue for up here. And I want to do the edges, or the tips. I don't know why I say edges, maybe because we're doing an edgelets die. I want to get the tips. I don't want things lifting. Okay, and I'm doing this a little bit ahead. I wanted to go ahead and let it get tacky. And so then if I get a little heavy-handed, it's tacky, adhesive won't be squirting out. Okay. You know, sometimes you put it down, it's not where you want it, and you want to pick it up, then you have adhesive where you don't want it. So we're just going to let that get tacky. That'll work out great. Okay, and so the same thing with the fence, our fences. So let me bring a piece of paper to put underneath so you can see. Just doing the same thing. So, see how they line up? Yay. Great. Okay, so let's just catch these. Come on out. Give it a little shake. Oh, there it is. We'll pick up some of that and spread it around. So you don't need all that. This is a time where you're really glad that you're going to let it get tacky. Okay. I know this works well for allowing it to dry and get tacky. I'm not as sure that it works that way with the fine tip glue pen. I need to play around and see if I can apply and let it get tacky like I can the multi-purpose glue. Because the fine tip glue is certainly nice. Let's squeeze down here. Must be getting low on this. Okay. I need to play around with the fine tip and see if I can have the same results, because I do like the ability, like I said, of we're not letting it dry, we're just letting it dry some. Okay, so we've got that. Let's put this aside. And we've got just one more thing to die cut, and punching is die cutting. So I have here some Whisper White cardstock and a 2-inch circle punch. I want a really big moon. So let's go ahead, punch that. Oh, fantastic. So let's bring our bag. Oh, this is just the fun part, right? You get all that done and then you start putting it all together. So I decided to keep using Fast Fuse because it's going to be standing up the bag all the time, and this is just going to give it some extra hold. I said Fast Fuse, I meant tear and tape adhesive. I meant instead of Fast Fuse. Like I tell my girlfriend, so do you have to listen to what I mean, not what I say? Okay, so let's go ahead and peel that off. See, I didn't press down like I normally do, and the adhesive was coming up with me. Press down. It does help that backing come off so much easier. Okay, don't make a liar out of me. Let's just place that. I'm thinking that's pretty good, but let's look. Okay, I think I'd like it over just a tad bit more, just a little bit. So we're going edge to edge here. Oh, I'm liking that. Okay, so let's press that down. All right, now we're ready for our beautiful silver trees. Aren't you liking how all this is coming together? I'm going to go flush to the one edge. If I need to trim the other one, I'd rather trim one edge than both. Okay. Looking very good. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh, for Peter's sakes. Okay. Aren't you glad? I am that it was tacky. I saw that piece sticking out. It's some of the backing. I need to peel off the backing. There we go. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I don't want to cover up all of my pretty washi tape. So there we go. Boy. Looking good. Let's press Oh, great. And I have a little bit that is hanging over, so we're going to do that same little trick with the paper snips and trim that off. It's hanging over the edge. That's not, you know, neatness counts, right? Okay, there we go. And so next, let's bring in our fences. All right, and make sure I'm putting them the right way, that they're going to hit the same place. Oh, great. Okay, so we'll do this. We're going to cover up. I'm going to go to the edge. This is just so much fun. Oh my gracious. And it's just turning out so sharp. Look at that lineup. You gotta love it. Okay. And so these are longer, but you know what? Again, our paper snips. Just trim to that edge. Whoop. Okay, let me press down. Okay. And trim. There we go. Now we get to add in some other, remember the things that we die cut? Okay, so we've got pumpkins, and I've got a little bit of adhesive on me, our tombstones, and our 3 bats. We can go ahead and start with the bats. I'm going to use Stampin Dimensionals. And so the bats aren't that huge. You know what? I think we need a piece of paper underneath us again so you can see the black bats. Here we go. Aren't these awesome? Oh my gracious. Okay, so we're going to do a thin piece. We don't need very much. So I'm going to cut along this edge and just get 3 small pieces to put on here. And so, you know, don't peel away that backing. Leave it on there so then your scissors don't get all gunky. Okay, got a piece there. We're going to have to cut another one. Get that, all right. And one more. There we go. Boy, dimensionals just make such a nice difference, having things pop up. Okay, so I know I want, here we go, in our moon. We've already peeled off the backing on both sides. Going a couple of different directions, and then, here we go, one up and over here. Oh, looking so good. And it's just going to get better and better as we add the other finishing touches. And so we have our tombstones, and you know what, I'm going to use the multi-purpose on that again, and so we'll do this and let it get a little bit tacky. Shake, come on, there we go. Let's spread some of that around. We don't need a whole lot of that. There we go. And then on the pumpkins instead, I want to use Stampin' Dimensionals again, and this time we should be able to do a full one. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. As long as we can't see them from the, you know, from the side, because that's not so pretty. I think that'll be good. Well, you know what? Let's just do 3. Got 3 pumpkins. Let's do 3 dimensionals. Okay. And I just love how with all of the black and the silver and the gray, look at that touch of color. Aren't they great? All right, and so then our tombstones, we're going to just tuck in here with the tree. Oh, love this. And so a couple more finishing touches. For one of our finishing touches, I have the mini tassels. They come in basic black and silver. Well, silver is going to stand out so well against our bag and coordinate with our other silver. But we need to tie it on with something. So I have here the Halloween Night washi tape. We're going to use the one that's basic black and basic gray. So what I did was, I wanted this to be nice and big, so I just looped it around. Okay. I think 3 is pretty doggone good. So I've got, there we go. And we're just going to go ahead and cut that off. And then let's cut that loop. And this one. There we go. Fantastic. And so feed all 3 of these through our tassel, and then we'll tie that around the handle. And this is a really nice, like I said, decorative touch. And then we've got one more that, after we get this tied on, and just make a pretty bow. Okay, 3 stands, a little bit challenging, but hey, worth it. Wait till you see it done. Good, good, good. Oh, except for I didn't tie anything, did I? Okay, here we go. This time we've got it. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I do like tying with baker's twine. It's really easy to work with. You don't seem to have to worry about it getting twisted like ribbon and all that. Okay, there we go. So we've got our bow. Just need to tighten it up and put it down. Tighten it up a little bit. Oh, fantastic. And I wanted long tails. I like it hanging down. Isn't that sharp? Okay, and so now the last finishing touch, we're going to add some of the Halloween Night enamel dots. Just a little dab of color. I'm going to stay with the pumpkin pie because that's the color in our paper. So I like to use my paper piercing tool. I can bend that to get it off, but for placing, so trying to use my fingers, it's easier to get it on here to place it. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. So I did play around with the placement on here quite a bit, and I ended up, this was my favorite. I had them up closer in different places. So let's get one of these off. Okay. All right, looking good. And so there are 2 different sizes. Now I'm going to use a couple of the smaller ones. Okay, pretty, huh? And that pumpkin pie stands out so well against the black. We're going to try to see how, yeah, see, this is why I use my paper piercing tool. Thought maybe I could just do it and save you a couple seconds. There we go. Now that we're happy, I am happy with the placement. Let's press all of those down. And there we have a Halloween treat bag. That is just fabulous. All the supplies to make my fabulous Spooky Fun Trick or Treat bag are listed under the video and available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. In that list of supplies, you'll find the Spooky Fun Bundle. What that is a special item number for the Spooky Fun stamp set and the coordinating Halloween scenes edgelets dies. And when you use that special item number, you'll save 10% on both. And remember, I told you I have a special. Well, now through September 30th, 2016 only, when you place your $50 or more product order with me, I'm going to send you for free a 4x4 sampling of all 12 patterns of the Halloween Night Specialty Designer Series paper. So all you have to do is go and place that $50 or more product order with me by September 30th, 2016 in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.